ask Pat Katari to send us a vehicle.
We got your vehicle, compa.
Más que nada en la vida, haz la tuya, haz la única.
Incrustaciones de oro,
Culatas a la medida,
cañones personalizados.
cualquier relieve a tu gusto. Miras láser de última generación chapeados de oro. Véngase a pimpeame la fusca. ¿Qué esperan, carnales?
Buenos días, hermanos. This is El Yayo. You've all known me for a long time. Many of you have stood beside me as I fought for the legalization and recognition of our sacred coca plant. The United Nations has prohibited it. The Americans have been burning it for decades. And our own government has attempted to dictate how much of it we are permitted to grow. Our best ally in the continuing struggle against the legislation and the stigma against our ancient tradition is the Santa Blanca cartel. They already employ many of you, and many of our neighbors have been aided by Esperanza Santa Blanca. The good they have done our country is undeniable. Support your local Santa Blanca affiliates. Santa Blanca is Bolivia's partner in bringing our traditions into the future.
Hola, banda loca! You know you're no longer just a recreational drug user when you start to get all philosophical and shit about drugs. I was chilling with my boy Jaime, and he bust out with this shit like, wait, you think that your eyes see truthfully? You think your ears hear truth too? And he like starts talking about how you're...
Bowman, this is Nomad. We're on the ground in Ocoro. What have you got for us?
Ocoro is the heart of cocaine production in Bolivia. The network there was built by El Yayo and predates Santa Blanca by more than a decade. When El Yayo...
Hold on.
They've seen us. Escort vehicle is destroyed. Ready to engage.
Fire.
Roger that.
Back. Sorry we got cut off.
It's okay. Now, where were we? When El Yayo joined the cartel and became the boss of production, he handed Ocoro off to his grandson, who goes by the name El Emisario.
The emissary.
He spends most of his time outside the province, rubbing shoulders with politicians in Sucre and greasing the wheels for the cartel. Not really his job, but the guy's something of a charmer, and he figures this is the best way to make his grandfather proud. El Yayo lets it slide so long as Ocoro continues to produce. Fact is, the network is so well established that it pretty much runs itself. El Emisario's assistant handles the rest. Get in there, gather intel on Ocoro's production sites, and start fucking things up. That'll put pressure on El Emisario to come back to Ocoro and get things back on track before Granddad finds out. When that happens, we grab him and use him to get to El Yayo.
Getting an upload from Bowman. Looks like she's got some intel on El Emisario.
You all know El Yayo, highest-ranking Bolivian in the Santa Blanca cartel, and their head of cocaine production. But you may not know his grandson, Gonzalo Llana, aka El Emisario, the emissary. Yayo taught Emisario everything he knows. How to produce the best polvo in all of South America, how to maintain relationships with the local Bolivians, and most importantly, how to serve your Santa Blanca masters. Emisario looks up to Yayo, would do anything to honor him, to make him proud. Which is exactly what makes El Emisario the perfect target. His greatest fear is shaming his grandfather. If we hit his coke operation in Okoro, he'll come running back to fix things. That's when we grab him. With a little luck, he'll give us everything we need to know about dear old Grandpa.
Nice job. The rebels will make great use of this stuff. Far better they have it than the cartel.
A captured rebel being held in the village of Culta might have valuable intel on Layuri and El Polito. Rescue him from the cartel and find out what he knows.
I asked the rebels to send over a vehicle for us. Buckle up, people. Familiarize yourselves with Bowman's briefing on Santa Blanca's coke production pipeline.
People at the top are El Yayo and La Gringa. Yayo's Bolivian, an ex-cocalero turned cocaine producer.
Gringa seems to be a disgraced chemist. She used to work for an NGO here in Bolivia before joining up with the cartel.
Y no te lo puedes perder.
El Yayo was born amidst the Bolivian coca. His mother carried him on her back until he was old enough to go to work for himself. For decades, Yayo picked the leaves, fingers blistered, back aching, feet bleeding. But never, in all that time, did he once extract the alkaloids to make cocaine. To Yayo, the coca leaf was an ancient tradition, going back 8,000 years, a medicine, a culture, una planta sagrada. Of course, the Americanos had a different opinion. They called it Plan Dignidad, the Dignity Plan. Although Yayo was no more than a farmer, un cocalero, his world was left in ruins. With no other means available, he was forced to do the one thing that he vowed never to do. He was forced to produce cocaine. In the end, the Americans' efforts to stop cocaine production created one of the greatest cocaine producers to ever live.
Amada Santa Muerte, bendícenos. This is El Cardenal with an important message for Bolivia. Beware of the lies spread by Pat Katari and his rebels. These promises of equality and transparency, or free education and free health care, they are empty hopes that can only be achieved through tyranny. People can only be equal when equality is forced upon them. Pat Katari would take the fruit of your labor, take the largest portion for himself, and to divide what is left between you and your neighbor. Tengan cuidado. You would not reap what you have sown.
Ready?
You would be
Open
left
fire.
with barely
Roger.
anything.
Weapons free, weapons free.
The only moral and Christian way to bring success and prosperity
Ready to fire.
the individual citizen and the nation is through a free economy. Contrary to the lies spread by Pakatari and his kind, free markets promote charity, generosity, and kindness. When our basic needs are met, it is undoubtedly easier for us to care for our fellow man. We will give to our neighbor in need the food from our plate when our
Looks
belly...
like Culta is still smoldering. Keep an eye out for the rebel they've got held here.
Do not listen to Pakatari's false promises.
Ready?
Even the
Fire,
chance-
fire, fire.
I'm opening fire. Copy that.
Fucker knows somebody.
Shitballs.
¡Mierda, chingada madre! ¡Hay un putero de soldados gringos acá! ¡Mátenlos!
Shit, they spotted us.
You're in trouble. Get down.
Fuck, sniper.
Getting a position. Target marked. Target is down.
¡Ey, abre la puerta, compa! Open the door!
You okay, hermano?
What do you want from me?
Yuri and Polito, the fuckers who tortured you. We're here to make them pay for what they did. But we need to know where they took you.
We didn't travel far. I remember that much, and it was quiet. Out in the country somewhere. There was a smell, like old animal skins. That's all I know. I'm sorry.
It's all right. At least now we know they're close by. Gracias.
Nomad, we finally got a 20 on Yuri and Polito. The activity cross-referenced the car's GPS with that description you got from the prisoner. They're at a hunting lodge. Rumor has it they use that spot for their enhanced interrogations.
Send us the location and we'll take care of it.
Put them in the ground for me. Make sure they feel the pain.
No hay nada. Los culeros ya se fueron.
Okay. Yo, cartel
like they're
gunman,
settling down
by
up
the
there.
church. Okay, all clear.
This will go nice with my boots. drive.
Solo ella. Y lo saben. Amen. ¿Qué pex, raza? DJ Perico in la casa with a special message from cartel management. Though everyone's still permitted to get high.
We'll let the rebels know where to find these supplies. They can pay us back later.
Some of you pendejos are acting really fucking paranoid too. So cutting down a little wouldn't hurt. You know what I do to keep my use of la medicina in check? I give myself a schedule. Neta. Like between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., I don't do no coke. And between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m., also no coke. Now, I can smoke all the weed I want because that never hurt nobody. But for those 4 hours of the day, I don't do any kind of cocaine. Though I might put a spoonful of coca powder in my cheek. But that's natural, like weed. So it don't count either. But other than that, I'm drug-free. Agárrense los huevos, mijos. Sticking to a schedule like I do takes a lot of discipline. But it really helps control your drug use and really keeps you from getting addicted. What time is it now?
Taking a shot.
Open fire.
A copy. Opening fire on these fuckers. Tango down.
¿Qué chingados esperas? A partir de la madre con todo. Vamos a enseñarles quién manda. ¡Disparen!
Fuck, they're coming right at us.
We're good. We all in one piece? Sure are a lot of lights and switches up here.
Hey man, try to take us off some sweet jumps, alright?